I don't know any person that is a man or a woman of faith and that is negative, that speaks negative. I don't. Now, you can have moments and times where you grow discouraged. I mean, we look at David. His life was like yo-yo, upside down. He starts off the psalm being very discouraged, and he's complaining to God how he's being persecuted left and right, and things are, working against him. And then he always makes sure to finish his psalms trusting in God's character, finishing it positive, finishing it with faith. And that's why I believe David was called, one of the main reasons why David was called the man after God's heart. Because he just trusted God. His trust in God's character was unwavering. I mean, think about Job, the richest man in the land. When you and I, we go broke financially, like, okay, well, we didn't have much. It's sad, but it is what it is. But when you work all your life and you have great possessions and you lose it all within days, not only that, not if that wasn't bad enough, you lose your children. Think about that. You lose your children. I have 3 young daughters, and I can't even fathom the pain I would feel if I lost them. So you lose everything that you hold dear and near. Then the only thing you have left is your wife, and that one is trying to break your faith. It says, why are you still? And honestly, his wife was right. From natural point of view, from natural perspective, from a person that bases their faith on what? She was all good and trusted God and loved God when she had everything. But when that what was taken off and stripped off completely off of her, she was probably, we would do exactly the same thing. Curse God and die. She was attacking the why of Job. The what was already stripped. The only thing that Job had left was the why. And Job says, I can't do that. I can't curse God. I can't curse God. I want to please him. And it is. It is what it is. Naked I came into this world, naked I will go. But blessed be the name of the Lord. If nothing else in my life will work out and I will die in this sickness, in this pain, so be it. But I know my Redeemer lives. I know. What he was saying is that I know and I trust his character as a Redeemer. Redeemer means he has the power and the will to restore me. That's what Redeemer is. A restorer. I know he can redeem my life and restore me from even this depth, this pain, this loss. See, a person that believes into what would have given up already. But a person that had their faith on the why, I want to please him. I trust his character. Is able to go through what he went through and still trust God. Like I said, that we are in our essence, because of our carnality, our carnal mind, we are not naturally predisposed for positivity. It's not natural for us to hope for positive outcome. And I've given example last couple streams is that any moment we hear something negative that happened, for example, we get a text message, hey, I got in a car accident, or somebody else got in a car accident. The first thing that we think of is the worst possible outcome. Who died, who injured, and all that stuff. That's just kind of our mind. We gravitate toward negativity. We gravitate toward negative faith because negativity is a faith believing negative outcome. We don't gravitate towards positivity. And so it's not easy for us to hold on to faith when things are contrary in our body, in our bank account, in our family, in our marriage. And it's hard to hold on if you're holding on to what? Because you don't see what manifesting yet. You don't see what come into your life yet. But if you hold on to why, the why is, I want to please God. I honor God for who He is. I put my hope and my faith in His character because I want to please Him. When we do that, we will always please God. My oldest daughter, she has this incredible confidence that whatever she's going to ask me, that I'm going to give it to her. And she's 9 or going to be 9. And she'd come and ask me, and then she'll go to my mom and ask me, and my wife would say something like, well, Daddy said no. And she would say something like, no, he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. It's just not yet. And she's very persistent little thing. She's absolutely persistent. And she just knows for a fact that she trusts in me as her father. And I try my best to be a good father, and I fall short many times. But she just has this unwavering hope and faith that I love her too much. And she would even come to my wife, to her mom, and say, yeah, no, Daddy will give it to me. It's just a matter of time. She just absolutely believes that she's favored and she's loved. And I can't help but always to cave into that. I don't know why. I try my best. And so today, as we were going through the store, she wanted to get this toy, and then we just have so many of those toys. I'm tired of. We have no place to put him anywhere. And so I stood my ground, and I said, no more toys. Especially that one. She already had that one. And so she was shocked that we walked out of the store, because until the last moment, she believed she's gonna get it. She had that sad but smirky face, and so she was shocked that I didn't get to her. Why was she shocked? Because she just blindly, as a child, trusts the goodness of her father, and that I would take care of her. Now it's a silly thing, but it just shows us an example where God said, even if you are being like evil fathers compared to Him, able to give good gifts to your children, how much more your Heavenly Father wants to bless you. And listen, today I want to challenge you. Believe in God. Believe in His character. Believe in His goodness. Let your faith, the reason why you believe God, is because you want to please Him. The reason why you believing that you're going to get married and have a good marriage is not just because you want to be married and have a good marriage, but it's because you know your Heavenly Father, and you know that it is in His heart to bless you with a good husband, with a godly wife. Maybe those of you that are watching today and you are believing God for a child and you're childless. Let it be the reason why you believe God for a child, not just because you want a child. But let the main foundation be is because I want to please God by my faith. And therefore I believe for a child, because He's promised to me. He said that the children are a blessing from the Lord, and I trust Him. I trust my Heavenly Father. I know that's His heart, and that's why I believe for a child. Believe God for blessing and promotion in your work, blessing in your finances, blessings in your business. Not because you so desperately want it, not because you can't pay your bills and you need a promotion and all of that, but because you trust in the character of God, that He is good, that He is Jehovah Jireh, your provider. And you want to please Him by this pure, innocent faith in His character. That God, I know that is who you are, and you hate to see me suffer. And this is why you're going to answer. And therefore, I believe for breakthrough, for promotion, for more finances in the business. Believe God for a reward as you are volunteering in your church, in non-profit organization. Believe God that He will reward those that do things secretly, and He will reward it publicly, not because you necessarily want to be rewarded. We all naturally want to be rewarded, elevated, and recognized. We want justice. But first and foremost, because I believe His character, and He's just, and He's good God, and He honors those that honor Him. That's why I believe for justice. I believe for a reward. I believe His word that it will be accomplished. I believe for healing in my body, not necessarily because I want to be well and because there's pain in my body. But I believe Him. I believe that He is a healer, and that it is in His nature to heal. It is in His nature to do good for His children as a good Father. And I just have this unwavering faith and hope in His character that He wants to see me well. And that's why I believe for healing. Whatever the situation is, whatever you're going through, let your faith have strong foundation, strong why. And that why is based on you desiring to please God with all your heart. Because it does not please God to be wavering and to be like a wave, Bible says, tossed to and from, constantly changing your mind. I want to please God, so I don't want to be like this person that builds their house on the sand. But I want to be a person that is planted on His promises and His word, because I want to please Him. I trust in His character and who He is. Because it does not please God when I question Him, when I question His character, when I question His integrity and His justice. And because of that, I choose to believe for promotion. I choose to believe for health, healing, family, restoration, children, marriage, ministry, and all these stuff, because I walk with God and I trust His character.